right, boys, we made it. Round 1. Formula Drift 2020. We're here in St. Louis. Got the cars unloaded. Today is pretty chill. It's basically just load in, setup day, where set up the awning, kind of get acquainted, get our hard cards, chill with the crew, just stare at some motors. What up, Nick?
Hey, what's up?
So I haven't seen Nick since last October.
Yeah,
it's been a long time. We out here. Yo, we just got here. Why don't you guys take a break?
No brakes.
Nick!
Get that thing out of here. Never know what to say.
So, yeah, we just got here. The boys are already at it. Kind of finalizing some things from testing that got changed. Checking out a few items. And we should be freaking dialed for tomorrow's practice session. Pump. Pump, boys. Pump! Guys, this awning is seriously massive. I've never been under an awning so big. We got her dialed in here in a little bit. We got to bring the cars to tech, and then we'll come back and outfit the pit. Steph's got some nice flags and a little backdrop with the sponsors on it. It's gonna look dope. Off to tech, baby. Here we go. Talking, dude. Now you should be able to, yeah. Master cutoff work?
Yeah.
Headlights look cool. Thursday, open practice. Here we go. Making some last minute adjustments on the toe for the rear of the car. And then we're heading out for our 12 laps. We'll have 2 different sessions, each an hour and a half long. We may or may not get all 12, but we'll try to see what happens here. We're gonna go through a few adjustment setups. So in the beginning, really all you wanna do, get comfortable with the track, get comfortable with the car, start pouring on a good line, and then dialing in grip from there until you're at almost your uncomfortable point, because these weekends are now all about tandem since there's no qualifying. So you basically just want to set your car for tandem and get comfortable with the track in your lead position, and then just jump right into it and start tandem with dudes and making sure your setup's on point for the Saturday and Sunday double header. Here we go. right, guys, that is a wrap on day one of the Formula Drift 2020 season, open practice. The first session went pretty good, just kind of getting comfortable, but wasn't really hanging it out. And then the second session was pretty freaking awesome. Went out there with a lot more confidence. Had a really good lead lap into a pretty good chase lap, into another good lead lap, to another really good chase lap. So things kind of rolled, and I think we are finally getting acquainted with the new Corolla hatchback. So I'm pumped, and we will see what happens on Saturday when we get straight into our tandem rounds. This is it, guys. We are gridded and pitted, ready for competition first morning practice, and then we head straight into top 32. Top 32 I have Farouk in his S14. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully move on top 16, and we'll be all good. See you here in a little bit.
Ryan Tuerck will lead. Farouk can jump the light. So if you weren't watching yesterday, we do allow the chase driver to jump in order to time that start. Here we go. Ryan Tuerck in that first outside zone into the second outside zone, transitioning that brand new Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback. Ryan Tuerck, boom, right there on that first front inside clip, the first and only. Now in that final outside zone, dialing it in. Looks like he hits it and quits it, does not stay all the way in that final outside zone, but he does get out there, Ryan. Want to see the different angles. What do you say? What do you think, Tuerck and Farouk?
Well, I certainly agree with the sentiment coming from the team owner, Stefan Papadakis, that there's a lot of pressure on Ryan Tuerck to perform in that that championship caliber vehicle that Frederick Oswald drove last year. And you can see Tuerck seems to be acclimating pretty well to it here. That first and second outside zone were done very smoothly, aggressively. Great smoke line developing, showing that he's committed to that third outside zone. Farouk trying to play catch up here. I like that move to try to dive in on the inside, gain some proximity. Looks like a lot more grip there with Ryan Tuerck out front. And you can see Farouk was playing with a bit of a disadvantage from the get-go. Didn't get the jump that he wanted. You see that compression there on inside clip number one. But then Tuerck lays down the throttle and is able to extend out a bit further. And this is where we see Farouk last little ditch effort to try to gain some proximity there towards the end. And now this is his opportunity to give a great lead run for Ryan Tuerck to follow, try to swing the scale back in his direction.
First competition with this vehicle. He has a takedown demo vehicle that has been driving, which is the Toyota Corolla hatchback, but first actual comp setup. Here we go, Farouk in that first outside zone. Let's see how he handles the second. Gets right into it, noses in, then pulls out. Now into that front clip, Farouk takes it out once again. Man, that cone is getting abused. The third outside zone, here comes Farouk. Diving in, looks like he puts that back right corner in. Very similar, actually, lines. Left for Tuerck, slide him right for Farouk. Now, as we see, Chris Yule, as does Ryan Lontaine. Ryan Tuerck gets the win. Ryan Tuerck advances in that Gumout Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback.
All right, we made it through top 32 against Farouk. I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely super nervous before that. You know, we haven't had any legit tandem competition in over 320 days coming in here, the first round of Formula Drift in St. Louis, so I'm stoked. Brand new car, just felt like I put a lot of pressure on myself, but decent lead lap, banged the wall pretty good before outer zone 4. Ended up hanging on to it, just maybe go a little bit shallow on the zone, and then a chase lap. Farouk ran awesome, and I definitely was too relaxed. I wasn't aggressive enough. So when he ran his lap about halfway through, I was like, shit, I better pick it up, and did that. I was able to get in there a little bit, and we ended up getting a win. So moving on top 16, and I think we have maybe Chelsea Denofa, which is going to be a Nitto tire battle. It's going to be pretty intense. So we'll see how we do there.
Jared, thank you so much. Ryan Tuerck, new car for you for 2020 in the Corolla hatchback. Man, where's your comfort level right now?
Yeah, so I'm very thankful that Papadakis Racing Team did such a phenomenal job getting this car dialed for Frederick. So me stepping into it, we have made some changes to the car to suit my style of driving and comfort level, of course. So I'm pretty much all the way there. I think with a few more aggressive tandem chases and competition rounds under my belt, I will be 100%. But the car is feeling better and better every time I get behind the wheel of the thing. It is just performing phenomenal, and it's honestly very easy to drive. It's a very well set up car, and I'm looking forward to hopefully putting this thing on the box today.
Our next battle, Chelsea Denofa, Ryan Tuerck. Tuerck, two veterans of the sport. Denofa from Philly, Tuerck from New Hampshire, so two East Coast kids ready to battle their brand new 2020 hot rods. there is the brand new ride for Ryan Tuerck, the Toyota Corolla hatchback, specifically the Gumout Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback. He's on Nitto tires. Both these guys, it's an all Nitto battle here. Try to put them in their place. Chelsea DeNofa will lead Ryan Tuerck in the chase position. You can see the lights in between the two vehicles. Once they extinguish, they can leave the line. Good pace there from Ryan Tuerck, leaving about the same time. Chelsea DeNofa filling all of that first outside zone, transitioning into 2. Ryan Tuerck center punching that inside clip. Big wide, big angle from Chelsea DeNofa, and Ryan Tuerck gets choked up a little bit, but still stays in it. Definitely could have gone south real quick, Ryan. Here we go. Ryan Tuerck will lead. Chelsea DeNofa giving chase now. Let's see how they fare. See if they can keep their cars together. Tomorrow, round 2, same destination, same drift time, same drift channel. Ryan Tuerck transitions into that second outer zone. Chelsea DeNofa looks like he is keeping the pace. Both of them taking out that front clip. Ryan Tuerck obviously leads, so he takes it, removes it out of the way, and here comes Chelsea DeNofa. Oh man, that outside zone 4 is just the Achilles heel for everybody, man. Just figuring it out, because you really got to time it perfectly to transition in. And it looks like here we are one more time from Chris Yule. Ryan Lontaine says Chelsea DeNofa, and Brian Eggert says one more time. So this is the one more time battle between Chelsea DeNofa and Ryan Tuerck. We saw the OMT from them earlier. Ryan Tuerck says he needs to be a little more aggressive. We'll see if he does and steps up to his prediction or calling himself out. Here we go. DeNofa into that first outside zone. Ryan Tuerck in the chase position. Takes a little bit of shallower line there, Ryan Tuerck, as DeNofa into the second outside zone. Tuerck doesn't get out to that second outside zone, does take out that first front clip. Chelsea DeNofa throws up some dirt. Now, the all too ominous, oh, DeNofa loops it independently. Ryan, a huge mistake by DeNofa.
He's at a big advantage in the lead position. So this is basically like, don't mess this up, Ryan. You got this, and you're moving on into the grade 8.
If I know Chelsea, man, he's going to risk it. And we talked about that strategy going into tomorrow. Chelsea DeNofa, he's going to try to stick it to the door and push Ryan Tuerck through this course, and maybe forcing him to make a mistake out front. But he gets that clean air, and there it is. That's exactly what I expected from Chelsea DeNofa. But Ryan Tuerck says he needs to be aggressive. Calm your nerves, get through the course. If you put it in the right places, you will survive to see going into the grade 8, and Ryan, it looks like that is the case. I think Chelsea DeNofa tempered that a little bit, turned down the heat. Verdict slide him left for DeNofa, right for Ryan Tuerck. And there you go. Chris Yule says Ryan Tuerck, Lontaine, and there you go. So it will be unanimous. Ryan Tuerck gets the win. He'll be going against Dylan Hughes.
There we go, baby. Moving on to top 16. I'm sorry. We're moving on to top 8. Had a really sick battle with Chelsea. Ended up going one more time. On the one more time battle, he ended up spinning in outer zone 4 in the last turn, and he actually pulled a massive gap. I wasn't able to close it on that entire lap. And that's it, man. We threw down a nice quality lead lap and got the win. So we're moving on to top 8. I'm running my boy Dylan Hughes, baby. Let's do this.
Hughes, and I'm not sure the history between these guys. Don't know how many times they've done battle, but obviously
I don't think ever. I'm trying to recall. Well, somebody will message me or DM me. Slide in the DMs. If these guys gone against each other, we'll find out. Here we go. Regardless, they going together now. Brand new cars for both of them. Ryan Tuerck out of the way of that Gumout Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback. Now coming to that second outer zone. Dylan Hughes trying to mirror that angle. Looks like he gave himself a little bit of distance here. Both of them clean around that front clip. Ryan Tuerck into that outside zone. Dylan Hughes coming in shallow. Good, straightforward, clean. I think these guys have a lot of respect for each other, as they are homies in the Blackout Garage. Shot a lot of video content here in the off season and hanging out. They're great friends off the track. Sliding in the DMs, they say Hughes and Tuerck went against each other in Seattle last year, and Dylan Hughes actually beat Ryan Tuerck. So here we go. They're back at it again. Dylan Hughes out front, a brand new car, and Ryan Tuerck gets up to the side of Hughes. Ryan Tuerck backs off. Wow, look at the composure. Remember how I was giving Chris Forsberg accolades, and it looks like Ryan Tuerck's doing just that as well. Really massaging the car, but Ryan Tuerck, oh man. Oh shit. Woo!
Tuerck having a tough time
That
towards
got
the end
interesting.
there, and that did get interesting.
That got hairy. Looks like we got the verdict which way. One more time from Chris Yule, Ryan Lontaine, and Brian Eggert say. Dylan Hughes from Ryan Lontaine and Brian Eggert says. One more time, and there you go. There we go, the one more time battle between Hughes and Tuerck. Tuerck will lead, Hughes will give chase. See, already out of the gate, let's see if Dylan can throw it to the side of Tuerck. Seems that he is rolling in slow there with the aggressiveness. Oh, and there's a straightening there from Hughes in the chase position. Wonder what happened there. Now entering into, oh man. Looks like ripping some sticker off the wall there. Yeah, that was a big hit there, and you got to think, you can see that Corolla hatchback. That's not a big bumper hanging off, and how close that is to those Nitto tires and rotiform wheels.
Taking their time on other aspects of the car, trying to make their way through this battle with Dylan Hughes. Obviously, it's a mistake, and there must have been some deeper damage there, but I think they really want to give themselves a fair shot, because making it into the Final Four is a big feat for round number one.
Dylan Hughes and Tuerck did see competition against each other last year in Seattle. Dylan Hughes got the victory. So can Dylan get Tuerck's number once again, that being 4-1-1. And Dylan will lead. Headlights are on, the sun is setting here. Still a little bit of daylight. Let's see if we can get it done before the sun completely sets. All right, back at it, Dylan Hughes. Into the outside zone one. Ryan Tuerck knows he needs to throw it down. He had a decent lead run, but he really wants to shine in that chase position. Dylan Hughes puts the car in the right place. Wow, really filling that third outside zone. Now transitioning into that final outside zone. Right, great view overhead. You saw really where the vehicles were in that outside zone. Hopefully we'll see, and looks like scores are in. Slide them left for the dozer, right for Ryan Tuerck. Looks like Chris says Ryan Tuerck, and Lontaine. Ryan Tuerck gets the win in that Toyota Corolla.
Well, Tuerck got, pretty lucky there. We have that natural break between Final Four and the third place battle, and he was able to get it done before Odie came to do his burnout. We really have no idea whether or not Tuerck really got a good mechanical fix on that problem. We just know that he was able to make it to line, and we will see this last half of the Final Four.
Yeah, is it a bubblegum zip tie fix, or is it a full-on swap? Regardless, he is here to do battle in the Type S Final Four. Forsberg in the third place battle. Ryan Tuerck leads, Odie gives chase. We'll find out real quick if Ryan Tuerck got that repair done in time. Going to that second outside zone. Now remember, Ryan Tuerck had that last battle with no power steering, but Odie, he doesn't care at all. Both of them shimmy shake their way into that third outside zone transition. Oh, and Odie, a big correction there, shallow on that outside and final zone. Toyota guaranteed 1 and 2. What order we'll find out. Or is Odie going to rain on their parade? Is he going to the finals to go against Frederick Osbo? Both of them initiate into that first outside zone. Into the second outside zone. Odie Bakshi's transitions. Ryan Tuerck right there. Bringing it around. Out to that third outside zone. Ryan Tuerck losing some ground here. Oh, big angle from Odie. And it looks like he was going to check up. That got very interesting for Odie.
Tuerck is keeping his eye on Odie. So he had that mistake there in the chase as well, but Odie really unwinds the angle very quickly. And then Tuerck right there is in angle, but then he makes an adjustment thinking that he might hit Odie.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking he's thinking there. So I have a feeling that that is going to go against Odie Bakshi's.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like an on-off switch. I love Odie's chase run. I think it was great. It was fluid, but right now, that's what I talked about earlier. Is that a chaseable lead run? You can see his front wheels stop. Okay, you're allowed to kind of slow your roll right there. That is a decel zone. Look at Ryan Tuerck. You can see him full lock right, like, no, and he avoids them. Jim, who's going against? It's an all-Toyota final. Well, Chris would like to see that. Ryan Lontaine, Brian Eggert, it's Ryan Tuerck. It is a Toyota final, 1 and 2, and like I said in that piece earlier, Tuerck talked about it. It'd be great. 1 and 2.
I didn't expect us to be here. The power steering went out, and I've just been trying to manhandle the thing through the track. And you know, we lucked out with Odie making a mistake in that last turn, and that made us, you know, that moved us on to the finals with Freddie. So we'll see what we can do with the Papadakis showdown right now.
Guys, the energy is frenetic down here. It is amazing watching Frederick Osbo and teammate Ryan Tuerck go into battle and their excitement level.
Excitement from Ryan Tuerck, trying to keep that thing cool. They got this thing, yeah, they're spraying nitrous, I believe, on that power steering pump, because I don't know if they had time to change it out. I think they left it in and said, risk it for the biscuit, man. Hopefully he keeps it off the wall. And there's Ryan Tuerck heading to the line. So it's an all Toyota, all Nitto, Papadakis Racing, all Rockstar, the Type S Finals. Type S Touring Products, the official lighting of Formula Drift, and coincidentally, lighting coming on. Ryan, we weren't expecting to go this long, but we saw a lot of incidents. Osbo, Tuerck, they wanted this, and they got it, man, and they deserve it.
Well, it's a good debut for these guys. Obviously, this is a win no matter which way you cut it. Definitely going to be an interesting thing to participate in and watch and see what we learn as these guys drive together. Here we go in the finals.
Yeah, this should be really interesting here. The finals are set. Let's send it! Formula Drift. The finals are here. Ryan Tuerck will lead. Osbo giving chase. Toyota Racing, 1 and 2. What is going to be the order? Osbo quickly getting the backside of Ryan Tuerck. That Gumout, Toyota Racing, Toyota Corolla hatchback, taking out that front clip. Both these guys on Nitto tires. The rotiforms go round. Dipping in, look at that big, nasty snap into that final outer zone. Frederick Osbo on that Rockstar Energy Drink. Toyota Racing, Toyota Supra will take you racing on the corner, wrapped around with Nitto tires.
We're starting to see a bit more about what that Supra can do, and it just seems to have that surging power, that maintaining a grip at any given time. And obviously the confidence of Osbo as a driver. He goes door to door with Tuerck right into that first outside zone. Tuerck is leading a great lead run here, just tapping that inside clip. Look at this mirroring effect by Frederick Osbo. But on the transition, Osbo, watch the front wheels. He unwinds it a little bit there, and Tuerck is able to pull away.
Frederick Osbo feeling the flow in that Toyota Supra. Let's send it St. Louis and around the world. Whoever is watching, it's an all Toyota final. And here it goes. Shimmy shake into that first outside zone, transitioning into that second outside zone. Frederick Osbo in that Toyota Supra, massive angle here, wide swing. Oh, Ryan Tuerck straightens out, and that power steering has reared its ugly head. That is hard to fight back. You saw him kind of whip it back, and it straightened out. Big correction there, but it looks like Frederick Osbo will get the victory, unfortunately, due to that power steering pump. But he got here doing 3 battles, a couple of them actually with no power steering. Absolutely amazing. Ryan, let's look at it again. Again, no power steering. High fives for all these teams. But a great, phenomenal day. Some craziness, but it's all going down again tomorrow for round 2.
Well, this is one of those ones. It's not going to be any surprise. Obviously, this is a massive mistake for Tuerck, but it's not one of his own making. It's a vehicle at the end of the day that just didn't have enough to get through this competition. And then right here, you see this correction from Tuerck, the understeering effect. Now Osbo needs to finish the run, but 99 times out of 100, he's going to do it with no problems. He gets through the run, and that looks like Frederick Osbo, debuting in the Supra, is going to take the win here. But these drivers came prepared from the Pro 2 class on Friday and our first event here for round 1 on Saturday. Phenomenal driving across the board. Some new names making it deeper into competition. And then, of course, this great debut here by Frederick Osbo and Ryan Tuerck getting into the car that he drove last year.
Let's throw it down to Lorette Nickel. Lorette.
Thank you so much, Jared. We have third, second, and first all talking about what just happened on this track. Ryan Tuerck, turn right around because we are going to talk about that valiant effort that you just put into the finals. Power steering pump was failing. How did you battle through that?
So a lot of people might know when your power steering's gone, if you run the car smooth, transition to transition, you can get around the track. But as soon as you come into a situation where you have to stab the clutch, grab the handbrake, and make a slight correction on the steering wheel, you're pretty much done. So the lead laps were okay. And Odie thankfully ran a really nice smooth lap, so I was able to just squeak through that. And you know, it started fading with Dylan Hughes. It still worked at high RPM, but started going out. And then, man, I'm like whooped right now. My shoulders are burned up.
I bet. Congratulations on your second place finish.
This is it. That's all the Nitto tire that got stuck to the inside of the rear fender wells and bumper. That's what it looks like after making it to the finals. Yo, that's a big ass pile, dude.
Solid pile. That's about a 6-pound pile of rubber.
Absolutely incredible debut in the Corolla hatchback with the Papadakis racing team and my new teammate, Frederick Osbo. We came through some hardship with the power steering, made it to the finals against Frederick and the brand new GR Supra. First time in the Corolla in competition. I just can't thank everybody enough, all our partners, my team, Nick, Brian, Dominic, my fiance Shannon, and the rest of the Papadakis racing team for helping keep both cars going. Everybody helped. It was just a big family situation, and we are just beyond excited. And the best part is we get to do this all over again tomorrow. So P2 on the day. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully we can do this again tomorrow.